We are asked to add and simplify two rational expressions. The nice thing about these two rational expressions is that we take note that the denominators are the same. Notice the first denominator and the second denominator are both x squared plus x. And because they're the same denominators, that really helps out our problem. All we have to do when we have common denominators is add the rational expressions by first combining the numerators. So we're going to combine the numerators. And then the second thing we're going to do in order to add these two rational expressions is we're going to keep the denominator just as it is. So we're just going to keep the denominator the same. So we're just going to keep the denominator. Let's go about doing this. We write down x squared plus 2x, which is our first numerator, over x squared plus x. And then the second one is x squared minus 3x over x squared plus x. There's a lot of x's in this problem with coefficients of 1, so it kind of gets confusing sometimes. But let's go ahead and let's combine the numerators being the top. So let's put these all together into a single expression. X squared plus 2x plus x squared minus 3x. That becomes our new numerator. And then our denominator stays the same, x squared plus x. So the first step we've done is we've combined our numerators and we've kept our denominator the same. Now, once we've combined our numerators, we go about combining like terms, right? We have to look and see what looks alike. We have two x squared terms, right? Those guys can be put together. And we also have two linear terms, a 2x and a minus 3x. And when you combine like terms, you have to be really careful. When we combine like terms, what do? We look to the coefficients. 1x squared plus another x squared gives me 2x squareds. And then 2x minus 3x gives me -1 or negative x. We combine the coefficients, the numbers in front. We keep the denominator the same, which is x squared plus x. So in this step right here, let me just note that what we did here was we combined like terms. And when you combine like terms, you do so by combining the coefficients, the numbers that are in front. Because x squared didn't have a coefficient, the number in front of the x squareds were 1, and so when we added them together, it gave us 2x squared. All right. Our last step now, when we're simplifying and adding these rational expressions, is to go about reducing to lowest terms. Or simplifying, right? We want to reduce to lowest terms this rational expression. And do you recall how we reduce a fraction or a rational expression to lowest terms? We factor. We look for anything that's common in the numerator and the denominator. So let's factor the numerator. Notice 2x squared minus x is a binomial, and I can pull out a common factor of x. And when I do so, I'm left with 2x minus 1. And in the denominator, I want to factor, and again I'm going to pull out an x, and so I'm left with x plus 1. I want to write that down again. In order to reduce lowest terms, what must we do? What must we do? We must factor both the numerator and the denominator first. And after we factor, then we can go about canceling common factors from the numerator and the denominator. So the first thing you have to do is factor. The second thing you do is cancel. Notice that we have a common factor of x that appears both in the numerator and the denominator. We can cancel that, and that will then leave us with the final rational expression answer, which is 2x minus 1 over x plus 1. Neither the numerator nor the denominator can be factored any farther, and so there's nothing else to cancel because they are not similar factors, and we can finish.